Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello,
Ciao,
everybody.
ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Yes. Hey, Cindy, Mary, Peter, Laura, Angela, familiar face, Angela, Ron, Mary, Allie. It's so good to see everybody today. Welcome, welcome. Let's officially get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to our gnocchi party. Welcome to our shared virtual kitchen where we all can come together, have fun, learn something new, and make delicious food. I'm Denise, your co-host for Chicca's Cooking Club. I'm here to make sure no one's left behind. I'm based just outside of Portland, Oregon. Kika's joining us from Castagneto Carducci and the Bolgheri region in Tuscany. Arnaud, her French husband, is behind the camera. And Paolo, our chat wizard and ingredient professor, is with us from the UK. Kika's on her terrace today. Kika, how are you doing this evening?
Ciao, ciao, tutti amici. I'm so very happy to be here to connect with you all from my little kitchen in Tuscany. We actually just want to give you a little idea where we are. We are located on the wine road that leads to Bolgheri, and our farmhouse is just on this road that is famous for super Tuscan wines. We are celebrating 6 years of cooking together online with our club. And so I want to welcome back all of our members and anyone that is new today. I'm not alone, I'm with Denise, but as she said, Arnaud, my French husband, is behind the camera. Maybe he will show up later. And we are also with Paolo. We call him the ingredient professor, but I leave his voice to introduce himself. And I'm going inside.
Thanks, Chicca. Thanks, Chicca. Nice to meet you, everyone. Yes, I'm Paolo. I'm Italian, born and raised. I lived in Canada, though, for 18 years. Then I moved to the UK about 8 years ago. And when I was in Canada, I had a podcast and a blog, and I interviewed Chicca for my podcast. That's how we became friends, and now we work together. So super nice being here today. Thank you.
Fun to have you, Paolo. And I want to remind you that Paolo is here to monitor the chat and keep all the things technical going. And today we're going to be making flour gnocchi with a sweet pea sauce and pancetta. And I did see in the chat, someone asked if they can substitute bacon. I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, you can substitute bacon for that. But if you're a vegetarian, the meat is optional, so you can skip it. And this class will be about 75 minutes, give or take. And after a brief introduction, we'll get to cooking together. And at the end, we're going to tell you a little bit more about what we'll be cooking in the cooking club this season. So I'm going to pull up a few pictures while Kika can share you a little bit about herself and her cooking philosophy.
Yes. So just before we start, I'll give a brief introduction. This is what I do when I host people in person in my kitchen. And the first thing I teach them is that my name is Chicca, not Chicca. Okay? So say Chicca, not Chicca. And I'm an architect, I'm a mom, and I'm a cyclist and a traveler. I've been passionate cyclist and I traveled for about 10 years around the world. I went to Alaska, Ecuador, Zimbabwe, New Zealand, Madagascar, Australia, just to name some. And I am an home cook by passion. And 28 years ago, I opened my cooking school teaching people from all over the world to cook authentic Italian recipes in my home kitchen. I believe in home food, in the power of fresh and good ingredients, and my recipes are mostly vegetarian. I used to be strict vegetarian for many, many years. And my inspiration is the Mediterranean diet as I grew up and live on the west coast of Italy. And I also have a mantra in my kitchen, which is the best use of the simplest ingredients. I buy seasonal, organic, and local products. And two staples in my kitchen are my extra virgin olive oil. We have about 70 olive trees on the property, and we do our extra virgin olive oil. We are very lucky. And also we have a little veggie garden, and I use lots of vegetables that grows in the garden and fresh cut herbs.
And I met Kika in 2017 on a cousin's trip to Tuscany. We stayed for 6 days and did 4 delicious cooking classes. And by the end of the trip, Kika and I were fast friends, and we joked that we were just like sisters. And now I'm her co-host and partner in running Kika's Cooking Club, which was born in 2020 during the pandemic. which we'll share a little bit more about at the end of class. But as we like to say, the sisters are back together again. And here are some tips that we learned from cooking with our club over the past 120 classes. We learned that when you get busy cooking, you can't always look at your screen. So Chicca is going to walk us through everything step by step. I'll do my best to call your attention to the important instructions along the way, and Paolo will answer the chat. And know that if we move on to the next step and you're not quite there yet, don't worry, just pause, listen to Chicca's instruction, and then watch her demonstration, and then return to where you were. And we also strongly encourage you to refer back to the written recipe. And of course, the important thing is always to have fun. And so, yes, so Chicca, we have two questions that we probably have, that I'm sure people have, is what can people know before they start cooking? Is there something, if they're not going to eat their gnocchi right away, what should they do?
Yes, so you can cook the gnocchi, make the gnocchi with us, with me, and save them for later in the day. They have no eggs. We'll cook the flour, so they perfectly fine to stay on your counter in one layer until you cook them later in the day. If you plan to eat them like in 2-3 days, you can also freeze them. Just put in a baking sheet, one layer, freeze them, and then move them in a plastic container or airtight container. I still have the gnocchi from my first live class that I made in 2020. It was just like kind of my amulet. Do we say amulet? Amulet? Amuleto? How do you say? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, amulet. So they're still there, and I'll keep them there. So they last a long time, 6 years now. And yeah, if you want to substitute peas with any other veggies that you like zucchini, asparagus, whatever is in season, it's perfectly fine. Yesterday I just made this class, the same gnocchi with a family from the UK, and I made a delicious tomato sauce. If you want this recipe, I can send it over. Just email me. It's so good. The same type of gnocchi, but with tomato sauce. And yeah, you can also cook the sauce today and save it for later. Super easy, super simple recipe.
Fantastic. And now for the fun part.
Yeah.
Will you show us what you have prepped?
Yes. So I have here all my ingredients. I just give a little bit of air because it's hot. To water, flour, butter, cheese, and black pepper and salt is on the counter. Here I have all the ingredients for the sauce, the peas, the leek. Did you watch my video on how to clean and cut the leek? Because if you didn't, it's a good video to learn how to clean and cut the leek in a very easy way. And then I have pancetta. I'm using pancetta in honor of my French husband because I would skip the pancetta, but I know he likes it, he likes it, so I use it. And cheese. So remember, you have cheese for the dough and for the sauce. Don't mix them because we'll add them in 2 different moments, okay? And then I have some tools here to shape the gnocchi. And I'll show you this later. Shall we start?
Yes, let's get this party started.
Okay, so I'm gonna take all my ingredients to make the gnocchi on the counter. Oops, this way. And I have a little pot here where I add the flour. No, sorry. This is the last thing we have to add, so don't listen to me. We add the water. The heat is off. I'll tell you when to turn the heat on. The butter, my butter is practically melted because in Italy they call it heat wave. Actually, it's a month and a half that it's hot, so I don't see the wave anymore. It's just hot. And the cheese, black pepper, and a pinch of salt, fine sea salt. Okay, so I mix everything. And if you're cooking with me, now you turn the heat on and you cover with the lid. I'll wait a minute because my water always boils faster. And what you have to look at is the bubble around the edge of the pot, small bubbles in the water. The cheese should be melted, the butter should be melted, but the water should not hard boil it. Remember. So now it's a very important moment. Be concentrated. Don't text anyone. Just watch at your water. So I'm just also starting slowly. And when all these things happen, we're gonna add the flour in one step. And we turn the heat off, mix, and then we move to the table to knead the dough. But this is a very important moment. There are two things that I want to say. The first important thing is that the water and the flour should be equal in weight. So if you have used cups, I hope it's good, but it's very important to measure them with the scale. And the second thing that I want to point your attention is the type of flour I'm using. It's 00 flour. 00 flour comes from soft wheat, which is a kind of wheat. In Italy, mainly we have two types of wheat: durum wheat, soft wheat. Durum wheat is the one that we use to make a store-bought pasta. It's a hard wheat, and it stays al dente. It doesn't stick in your pot, and usually it's blended with water to make pasta. Soft wheat comes from softer kind of wheat, and it comes in different grinding degrees: type 1, type 2, type 0, 00. 00, it's basically starch. In the other one, you can still find some germ, some kernels, some bran, but this is just starch and has a lower gluten content compared to the hard wheat. And so everything gets softer. It's perfect for making pizza, for making egg pasta, like tagliatelle, ravioli, fettuccine, because the less gluten content helps rolling the pasta easier. So I'm checking my water, right?
You haven't started boiling it yet.
Yeah, no, I've started. Yeah.
Okay.
Low temperature. Yeah. Very low temperature. Voila. See, the butter is melting, but no bubbles, no heat, no steam yet. So remember these two signs: little bubbles on the edge of the pot, small bubbles in the center, steam coming up. Just before the water starts hard boiling, we add the flour, turn the heat off, and mix. Almost.
Do you need to cover it, or can you keep it uncovered?
No, you can cover it, but you uncover like every 10 seconds to make sure that you get there. Okay. So the reason why you don't want the water boiling too fast is that the first reason is that the cheese curdle, because hot temperature curdle the cheese. There is a temperature when the cheese melts, but if the temperature is too high, the cheese curdle. And the second is that if the water hard boils, it evaporates, and there is not enough water then to absorb the flour. Okay? Any questions over there?
Just the question about whether they need to cover it or not.
Okay. So, but everybody, you must be concentrated now. For the best result of your gnocchi, that's a very important step. Very easy. It's very easy recipe, but very important step. So I'm having little bubbles. I can see steam in my pot. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know, can you? Yeah. So I'm adding the flour because it's my time now. So check. So see the bubbles, the steam. I don't know if Denise, if everybody can see.
You can see it. You can see it a little bit, but you can see that your butter is melted.
Yeah. So I'm adding the flour and turn the heat off and mix.
So once you turn the flour, put the flour in, you turn the heat off of your stove.
Right away. Yeah, because you will cook the flour in this water. But another mistake could be to have the water not hot enough. Okay, so it's important to have a good heat to cook the flour. Otherwise, it the dough will get too soft. So you should find the right temperature. So you see, we are mixing. And I'm going to move to the table. Okay, I'm moving the camera. Voila, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, Michael Hudson asked if the 00 flour is the secret to pillow soft gnocchi.
Yes, exactly. You just find the first secret. Yeah, because you can make also gnocchi with AP flour, but AP flour is a mixture of different wheat. But 00, it's like when you bake cakes. If you use like a hard wheat, they are gummy because the gluten makes a network, so it's very hard. Whereas the 00 has a low gluten content, it's just starch. And I'll tell you more about the type of gnocchi that you can make. So, but first of all, I want to knead a little bit this dough. So you move your dough on the counter, and I just want you to look at it because it looks like a brain. I think, I don't know. It's a crumbly, right?
Yes, wasn't
Paolo,
not what I was going for, but
yeah, it's a cooked brain. Yeah, and so we try to make a ball with your hand. Just try to make a ball, and now we need the dough. So I know the dough is hot. My hands are pretty used to heat, so I hope your hands are too. But we need the dough. We need to knead the dough so until you don't see any flour bits. We really want to make sure that the flour is absorbed into the dough, and but we don't want to overwork the dough because in this case we produce more gluten and the gnocchi will be gummy. It's a kind of dance with the gluten, this kneading.
So now is a really good time to stop what you're doing, focus on your screen so you can see how Chicca kneads her dough.
Yeah, okay. Put the ball in the center of your working surface with the palm of your hand. You just stretch the dough, not overstretch, just stretch a little bit away from you. Just fold it, you rotate it and repeat. Stretch it, fold it, rotate it, and repeat. You can also use two hands. Stretch it, fold it, rotate it, and repeat. Stretch it, fold it, rotate it, and repeat. You can dance. You can sing the song with me, okay? Stretch it, fold it, rotate it, and repeat. Denise, sing with me.
Well, while you're doing that, I am going to say we did have a question from someone about how to adjust your view. So if some of you that are new to Zoom, up in the top right corner of your screen, there's a little icon that looks like a bunch of little squares. And if you just click over that, then you can switch to speaker view versus gallery view. So that might be helpful for you so you can get a larger shot of Chicca. And yeah, so it's this does come together quickly, and I am going to actually go to gallery view right now and see, so we can take a look at everybody kneading their dough together. Fun. And yes, the dough is hot, so touch it and then let go, touch it and then let go. I see Holly cooling her hands off.
But it contains butter, so it's good. It's a good for your hands. They will be hydrated like later. Yeah.
And we have someone that says that theirs is like mashed potatoes. So I think you just want to probably keep doing that. And let's see if you are on, I can bring you up and show Chicca. But yeah, mashed potatoes, it does feel, if it's wet mashed potatoes, then that's not good. If it's soft mashed potatoes. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and M. Barnett, I'm gonna bring you up so that you can show. Let's see.
It's very dark in here.
There we go. We can see it. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Now you just want to start kneading it.
Yeah. Knead it. Yeah. So you can see at the end, my dough is ready. I needed like for maybe a minute, 2 minutes. and it's like Play-Doh. It's a soft. You can see it's not sticky and very easy to work with. Okay.
All right. Do you want to hold that up to the above screen and then do the little poke but technique?
Yeah.
So you can.
No, but we are not looking for anything because the dough should not be. Usually, when you make a pasta, you're looking at you pinch it and it springs back. This is when the dough is ready. But this one, it's not important, okay? Because the flour is cooked here. We cook the flour. That's the secret of this gnocchi. They will super soft. You will never find another recipe so easy to make gnocchi because potato gnocchi. They are delicious, but if you don't have the right potatoes, you're gonna have very gummy gnocchi. You need to have like old potatoes to make good potato gnocchi because they have only starch and less water, you know? Whereas new potatoes, they have lots of water, and so you have to keep adding flour to hold the gnocchi together, okay?
Yeah,
so
and
if we need to wait,
Susan asked in the chat that the weight is the same of flour and water, just those two, not the water, flour, and the other ingredients. It's just you.
No.
If it's 250 grams of flour, it's 250 grams of water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Positive. Yeah.
Yes. And so I am going to pop into gallery view here. And is anybody having a question about their dough and want to show it to Chicca? Just give me a little wave on the screen and I can bring you up. If you've got any problems or issues, I'm not seeing anybody that looks to be in, anybody want to show off their dough? Tony, I see Tony there showing off his dough. Let's bring you up, Tony. There we go. Let's see. All right, Tony, we got you unmuted. Let's see your dough.
Wow, you have a nice apron. It looks good. Huh? How do you feel it? Good? It looks good.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, nice job. Good.
All right, let's go back to gallery. Anybody else want to do show and tell and show their Ken and Fran? Fran, I'm going to bring you up.
Oh, wow, looks beautiful.
Looks
nice.
Perfect.
Perfetto. Brava. Very good.
All right. And does anybody have any, okay, we've got some hands raised. I'm going to go ahead and pop those in right now. Kevin, Jesse, Ollie, and Milo.
These are my friends.
We're going to bring them up. Oh, look at.
Ciao. It's so good to see you guys.
Ciao, Chicca.
Ciao. Bravi, yeah? Good.
This is good?
Looks perfetto, Kevin.
Perfetto, grazie.
Perfetto.
Grazie, Chicca.
Ciao.
Thank you. All right.
So Kevin lived with us for a year, 25 years ago, but we are like family. Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, let's just do one more quick peek at gallery view, make sure everybody seems to be caught up and ready to move on to the next step. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll pop back to speaker view and then, we're ready to move on. Thanks, Chicca.
Okay, so now the next step is to cut the ropes.
Actually, Chicca, I'm going to interrupt you. You need to start boiling your water for your gnocchi.
Yeah, so.
And if you're cooking along with us, go ahead and get your water started so that it's ready to go when it's time to start cooking your gnocchi.
Okay, perfetto. So then from the dough bowl, you just cut a piece, not too big, because especially if it's your first time to make the gnocchi, you need to practice a little bit with making the ropes. And so we put the little piece in the center, and we're gonna, with the palm of your hand, you don't have to crush, you just roll. Just make a roll. Okay, just roll it like this. Not with your fingers, just with the palm of your hands. And then when it gets a little bit longer, you use two hands, and from the center, you stretch the rope toward the ends. So you get like a longer rope, the size of your index fingers. Should be like a right side. You will cut the gnocchi from this rope, so it should be not very thick, otherwise you have very big gnocchi. And so, et voila. Can you see? Voila.
That looks
This
great.
is the rope. Okay? So it's use the palm of your hands. And if it doesn't slide very well, you can always add a little bit of olive oil just to grease your hands, so it will be easier, okay? Then from this, we cut little pillows, the size of a hazelnut, okay? Not very big, otherwise you're gonna have a big gnocchi. We won't have small gnocchi, okay? I mean, if you like big gnocchi, you can make big gnocchi. And we do this again. We need to rope for a little bit. I hope you have friends helping. Kevin has his family helping. I hope you too. I'm here all alone, roping.
You're not all
Okay.
alone. You're with 120 people cooking live with
Yeah.
us right now.
I know, I'm joking. Yeah, maybe I know one to help. Do you want to help? He says no. He always says no. Yeah, a little bit.
And as
Yeah.
Chicca said, it is important that you keep them as uniform as possible. So when you're cooking, boiling the pasta, it all boils at the similar amount of time. So I think the size, you can make them different sizes for yourself, but we want each of them to be similar in size. And we've got Louise asking how to zoom in closer, and we can have Chicca bring the maybe this view will be a little bit better for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully that works a little bit.
So keep the dough covered while you're doing the rope, when you're making the ropes, because it's otherwise it gets dehydrated. So palm of your hands, roll from the center towards the end. Okay.
Okay, and Chicca, we have someone that says that their roll is crumbly. So if your roll is crumbly, what can they do?
They can wet their hands with extra virgin olive oil. Yeah. Maybe did they weight the flour with the scale? Because if the ratio of flour water was not perfect, maybe the dough is a little dry. Just wet your hands. Just if it's really the dough, it's really dry. Put everything together, wet your hands, and knead it a little bit longer.
All right, and yeah, it's in grams, and I would love to bring you up on screen. So I'm gonna just add you to the spotlight here real quick, and if you want to show us, we've got you on spotlight. It's pretty dark in your kitchen, but if you want to show us, maybe pick up your rope and you can show us how crumbly it is.
Hello.
Hi. All right. Okay. Let's
so you can see they are not sticky at all. Usually when you make other types of gnocchi, like potato gnocchi, you need to use a lot of flour. Here, we don't. It's just a very good dough to work with.
Yeah, and it really is an easy recipe that if you've got once you get the 00 flour and you've got it on hand, you can whip up handmade pasta for your friends and family and blow their socks off.
Yeah. And you can also make them gluten-free. I tried to make them with the gluten-free Caputo flour, and some of our club members also, and they are very good as well. So if you want to make them gluten-free, that's possible.
Yeah, and some people are asking the size, and we like to say usually about the size of a hazelnut, or just the end of your finger. And Chicca, will you tell us about some of the different gnocchi recipes that we have?
Yeah.
And I think you've got two more in your cookbook.
Yes. So in Italy, actually, gnocchi, it's just a name for a shape of pasta, round and soft. And if you travel across Italy, you find many different regional traditions and family recipes. For instance, in Trentino, Alto Adige, on the Dolomites, they make a big gnocchi, like a big tennis ball with stale bread. In Tuscany, a famous type of gnocchi is gnudi, Gnudi. They are made just with ricotta and spinach. And basically, it's the filling of the ravioli without the pasta shell. And they are served with butter and sage. One other, my favorite gnocchi is semolina gnocchi. That's in my cookbook, where you cook, it's a gnocchi alla romana, in the Roman style. And you cook the semolina into milk and butter. Then you get a very thick, like a thick polenta. Then you shape the gnocchi and bake them. That's a super easy recipe because you don't boil the gnocchi. Then you have potato gnocchi, butternut squash gnocchi. There are so many recipes. But this one, I think it's one of the easiest to make soft pillow gnocchi.
And we did have a question in the chat from, let's see, Lynn. Can you freeze the uncooked gnocchi? Absolutely. You just want to put it on a tray, a single layer, freeze it, and then once it's frozen, then you can pop it into a bag. And someone also asked if they use the gluten-free Caputo flour. Do they follow the recipe as written? And the answer to that is yes. It already has the additives that are in there. It's a 1-to-1 substitute for sure.
Yeah, maybe for the if you're using other type of gluten-free, maybe you might need a little bit of more water because the gluten-free flour is drier. Okay. So this is an adjustment that you can tell. Touch the flour if you feel it's very dry, add a little bit, like 10 grams or more water, okay?
Yeah, and someone said if they're, let's see, can we make other types of pasta with this dough?
Actually, you can make ravioli, and maybe I can teach this one of the next classes. But you have to roll it with the rolling pin and stuff it. They are called ravioli caprese, and the dough is very similar. So, but now we have cut the ropes, and these are already gnocchi. You can just boil them right away and eat them. So super easy. If you have like a dinner party, you don't have to roll them on a gnocchi board. But it's something that I think adds something else to your gnocchi, because when you roll the gnocchi on a cutting board, you're going to have an indentation on one side and a cavity on the other side. And this helps the sauce to stick. Okay? So that's why we are doing this. And can I move on? Everybody has roped the ropes?
Yeah, let's just do a quick peek into gallery view, make sure everybody's still moving along with us. No one looks panicked. But yeah, I think we're ready to start shaping our gnocchi. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay, so the traditional way used to roll the gnocchi on a fork. This is how the nonna used to make. It's not my favorite because I think I don't have a good fork. This fork has big tines and the gnocchi doesn't roll very well, but I show you anyway. Maybe your fork is better. So you put the pillow on the fork and you press with your thumb and then you release and then you have the gnocchi. My favorite method is the gnocchi board. You can use also a bamboo mat, because you need anything with a ridge indentation. And so you put the gnocchi. I'll show you this many times. So you hold the board with your hand, place it on the table so it's stable. Then take one little pillow, put it at the very top. Place your thumb perpendicular. I want to show you. Perpendicular to the gnocchi board and press. Don't be scared of pressing because you need to create this indentation. So press when you arrive at the center, you release, and that's the gnocchi. Okay?
Yeah, looks.
Cavity indentation. I want to show you the mistake. This is the mistake I see all the time. Okay, so the mistake is that you start pressing from the very top and then you keep pressing down to the bottom, the last part of the gnocchi. So you'll see that one side is very thin. I don't know if you can see this. And the other is thick. So the gnocchi is not uniform. But you should try to have both sides of the same size. Okay? I'll do this again. Place the gnocchi, thumb perpendicular to the board. Press down to the center and then release when you're in the middle. Okay, I'll do this again. Denise, let me know if somebody has questions.
Not yet, but I think, yeah, just we're gonna, I'm gonna switch the view here to the front view so they can see how you're rolling it down.
Yeah.
You can see that.
So I
view as
place
well.
the gnocchi on the board, thumb perpendicular, press down to the middle of the gnocchi, and then I release. So this prevents to have one side that is very thin and the other side that is thick.
And Chicca,
Okay.
we'd like some more demonstration with the fork, please.
With the fork.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fork. You have the fork. You can use the, for me, it works better the back of the fork. You can try both sides. But with this fork, the back works better. And then the gnocchi on top, same with the board. Then you press and then you release. So the indentation is pretty big now, but you still have the cavity. If you don't have these tools, you can use a shell. I found out that the shell works perfectly. So you have another kind of pattern, same, like this. It's a cube pattern. I don't know if you can see the above camera. Yeah. Yeah, can you see?
Yeah.
Actually, you can play with, I can do another one with the shell. I can do this here like this. Like this, oops. And then you have the shell. I can do this again with the above camera so people can see better, maybe. Can you see?
Yep.
My thumb is here. And then you press and release. I can do this again like this. Thumb perpendicular. Oh, I want to try a good angle. Okay. And release. Do this again. Maybe like this. Like this, okay? Press. Release when you're in the middle.
And we'll
How
do
is
this
everybody
kind of
going?
side angle here. Here we go.
How's it going, everybody?
It's going good. I'm gonna pop us into gallery view. And how's everybody doing? We doing okay? Thumbs up, lots of thumbs ups. Awesome, awesome, great. Fantastic. Oh, thank you, Alejandra. You can do reactions down below if you want. And yeah, it looks like we've got lots of people going. And Chicca, we've been asked to do a close-up of the fork.
Again, okay.
Yeah, so let's get to the overhead. Hold on. There we go. All right.
Okay. Whoops. And it sticks a little bit at the end because the fork is like this. Okay. Again. I need to. Okay. Maybe this way. Wait a second. I'm looking at the computer, so.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adele and M. Barnett, hopefully that's helpful for you.
And I like to say you can always try multiple times. If you don't like the shape of a gnocchi, you can roll it up again and try again.
Yeah, if it doesn't come nice, like I don't like this one, for instance, I just put it again into a bowl. That's why it's an easy It's an easy dough. And then you make them again. Voila.
It's very forgiving. It's a very forgiving dough.
Yeah. Voila. And you can use also the back of a grater. I have like my daughter Elsa found this tool that I think it's fun. You can take it. This is a veggie cutter. So you can see here, you can roll it like this. And you have special gnocchi. If anything that has like a pattern, you can use.
Nice.
Yeah, like this. Voila.
And Michael
I want
Hudson
to
is asking.
I want to show you the cavity. The cavity is important, big cavity. So the peas will go just into the cavity.
And Michael Hudson is asking, what's the secret for soft gnocchi?
The secret, this gnocchi. For this gnocchi is
For
double
soft gnocchi.
Well, for this gnocchi, it's the 00 flour, and then not much kneading, and the right quantity of flour and water. For potato gnocchi is to have the right ratio of the right type of potatoes. They should be like old potatoes, because as I said before, new potatoes have a lot of water, and to hold the gnocchi, you need to add starch. Otherwise, flour. Otherwise, they will dissolve when you boil them into the water. And then for like gnudi, the spinach and ricotta gnocchi, the secret is to add as less flour as possible. These gnocchi are good because we cook the flour, and that's why they come soft and easy to roll.
Yeah, and so we did do you have a cheese grater, Chicca, that you can show people how to use
the
cheese grater?
Yeah. Ooh, the water is boiling. So this is the cheese grater, and I place it here, the back. It's like a porcupine, actually. Looks like the pattern is different. So you can make gnocchi of different shapes. I don't know if you can see. Can you see?
Yeah.
Kind of. Also, I have, sometimes I show people how to use the mallet. For instance, if you have a mallet, you can also use a mallet like this. You just have to have fun with this gnocchi, So this is so nice. Look, I don't know if you can see. It's like a little squares.
Yeah.
Can
And
you
we
see?
did have a question from Louise. What do you mean by old potatoes?
Yeah, so when you buy potatoes, there are new potatoes, the one that are harvested soon and put on the market, and old potatoes. Or also mountain potatoes, they have less water. So they are drier, And even when you cook them, for other purpose, you'll see the difference. The old potatoes, they stay together, like they hold together, while new potatoes, they're more soft, when you boil them. Voila.
And remember, if you're not eating the gnocchi right away, you can leave it out if you'll be eating it tonight. If you're going to be cooking it in a few days or longer, you can freeze it. And like we talked about before, you can put the gnocchi on a sheet pan in one layer. And then once it's frozen, you can put it in a plastic bag or container. And then when you cook the gnocchi, you don't have to thaw it. You can just start boiling it from frozen. It might take just a little bit longer for it to cook, but you can cook it straight from frozen.
Yeah. I made this gnocchi so many times. I can make this like eyes closed.
Chicca, can you show the mallet again?
Si. Mallet. Yeah. It's just the same. Place the gnocchi, thumb perpendicular, press. When you arrive to the middle of the gnocchi, release. Okay? When you look at your thumb, Huh? You see that you have to have a good pressure to create the cavity, but don't press when you arrive at the end. Otherwise, you have a very thin end of the gnocchi. Like press and the mallet. So look at your thumb. Don't look away. Look at your thumb. Look what's happening in the gnocchi. Look at the center, and then you release when you're in the center, and you have a good cavity and indentation on the other side. Okay. I like the mallet. Voila.
I want to give a little shout out to my neighbor, Kelly. Thanks for cooking with us today. I can actually, in the winter, I can see Kelly's deck. In the summer, not so much because there's too many leaves.
Yeah. So, Ed, do you want to show me any other tools, Denise?
I think that we're having people saying that the dough tends to slip down the back of the fork rather than rolling. And I think that's what you're saying, why that one is sometimes a little bit hard. And then can you
shell?
You can also just use the and not make indentations, correct? You can use the
this one like this. Or you can use the scraper. This is the way we make cavatelli. You just put on the table and you just do like this.
And so that is, if you have really having a hard time, you can use your scraper, but the hand grater does work really well. Yes, and that is true. And then question from Minnie, can you store the dough as a ball if you made too much dough?
I wouldn't, because I'm scared it becomes too hard and then it's hard to make the ropes, can breaks down and then shape the gnocchi. You can store the gnocchi later, but just shape them. If you don't want to make the indentation, the cavity, just cut the gnocchi in small pillows and save them like that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, let's do another peek at the gallery view here. Anybody, how are we thumbs up in? Are we good? Are we people getting caught up? Angela, I'm going to bring you up. Angela is one of our members, and she actually has been to visit Chicca.
Ciao, Angela.
Ciao. Ciao,
she's
Chicca.
always cook with us. I love her so much. Always with us.
Little gnocchis.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Thanks, Angela.
She's a gnocchi fan. Yeah. Ciao.
Yeah. So I think, and Luis is saying, how do I come visit?
You need to book a flight to Pisa. We are 50 minutes from the Pisa airport, and just come. We have 2 apartments for rent. You can stay with us. Easy.
You can find information actually on our website about the Casa Toscana.
Also for the wine trips, we also host for the wine trips. Well, we can talk more later about it.
Yeah. I think, let's go ahead and start making our sauce.
Yeah, let's do the sauce. Okay, water is boiling here. And so I have 2 pans. One is for pancetta and one is for the leeks. Bring the cheese I will add later, but put it away so you don't touch it. And what else I need? I need extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so I start sizzling the pancetta or guanciale or bacon. And I'm not adding any oil here because this pancetta has a lot of fat. So I don't need any fat to add here. So I turn the heat on. I'm using a small burner here. So like turn to high, but usually it's good always to have a low heat. And then here I have a big pan. It should be large enough to hold the gnocchi because we're going to toast the gnocchi later. So the pan is, the heat is off. And with this heat off, I add olive oil. This is the olive oil from the garden. Quite a little bit. And I add the leeks. here, and I turn the heat on. So whenever you start we call it soffritto, the saute, for your sauce, whatever it is, garlic, basil, garlic, onion, leeks, whatever. I always, and I suggest you to start with the cold pan. So now I turn the heat on. Mix the veggies with the extra virgin olive oil. Make sure that it's well mixed. And we start sizzling the leeks in the olive oil. Why do I start with cold pan? That's a question. Don't know why in the States people just add all the veggies in hot oil. But I think this is a mistake, because if you add your aromatics to hot oil, they will just fry. Whereas starting with a cold pan, the oil will warm slowly, the veggies will cook down and release the aromas into the oil. And this is the backbone of your sauce. If you add everything to a hot pan, you will burn the veggies. They will form a crust around themselves, and they just not release any, they don't sweat the juice they have. So here you can see the oil is sizzling. Sometimes you can add also a splash of water if it's onion or leek. And I just want to wait the leek to cook down, become soft, and I add the peas later. And I'll cover now with the lid, okay?
We do have a question, Chicca, from Peter and Kim, asking, can you do the pancetto in the pan that you're cooking the leeks in?
Actually, yes. My answer is yes, but this is a good question. By the way, Peter and Kim will come next April to one of our food and wine trips. And the reason is that we are cooking the pancetta on the side. We make a crunchy pancetta. If we cook everything with the leeks, the pancetta will get softer. You still get the flavor of the pancetta, but the bacon, but it's not crunchy. And Arnaud is very happy when I say crunchy, like always crunchy stuff. And it's nice to pair the soft gnocchi with something crunchy. So that's the reason. But if you want to cook everything together, go ahead. No problem. Okay? And just turn in a little bit of pancetta because it's fun.
And then we also had a question from Sandra that others might have. If you're cooking your gnocchi a little bit later and you're leaving it out, should you cover it with a towel so it doesn't dry out?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, can you see? Everything is sizzling and softening. Yeah, maybe another minute. Maybe we can ask our ingredient professor about the difference between pancetta and guanciale, so you can.
Yes, absolutely.
Paolo.
All right, so we talked about you can replace pancetta with bacon. You can use bacon instead of pancetta. So bacon is cured pork belly. It's cured in a wet brining. So it is actually not safe to eat raw, whereas pancetta is dry cured. And because of the aging process, it becomes safe to eat raw. And Italians slice it really thin and put it in panini, in sandwiches. Panini is, by the way, not the grilled panini, but just the bread, and that's a delicious thing to eat. So the flavor is similar to bacon, but is more delicate, and it's not necessarily smoked, though you can find smoked pancetta too, whereas bacon is always smoked, I think. Guanciale instead is pork jowls or cheeks, and it's cured the same way as pancetta, but it's a different part of the pig. So it is different, is sweeter and tender, and typically not smoked. And that is used typically in carbonara and amatriciana. So two of the most iconic dishes from Rome and Tuscany.
Thank you.
Grazie, Paolo. Yeah.
My pleasure.
And so now, Chicca's got her bacon, pancetta, guanciale, whatever meat you're choosing on the heat. And then in the pan is just the leeks so far and olive oil.
Yeah, and I'm adding now the peas and cook them for another 5 minutes. And then in the meanwhile, we can start boiling, cooking the gnocchi. Look how beautiful they are. Okay. Voila, voila. Okay. So the heat is always low. Okay, and I keep the pancetta, the bacon pancetta. This is pancetta, right? Cooking until it gets more crunchy. You can tell all the fat is rendered. And but in the meanwhile, we can add salt to the pasta water. So I have my water is boiling here, and I'm going to use coarse sea salt. This is what I buy: sale marino iodato. Sorry, iodato, grosso. It means coarse. And this is the jar. And in Italy, if you don't salt your pasta water, you go to the jail. No, I'm joking. Yeah, but it's very important that you add salt to the pasta water because it gives taste to your pasta. Because pasta, when cooks, adds a flavor. Pasta when cooks absorbs the water, and if the water is bland, pasta is tasteless. So I have here about 3-4 liters of pasta. Water, and I want to show you. This is 1 handful, 2 handfuls, 3 handfuls of water, of salt, okay? And don't tell me that this is a lot of salt. It's not going to be a lot of salt. Just trust me and try, and you always add salt to your pasta water. I promise you. But just, I think the pancetta is okay now.
And just want to confirm, Joan has asked, the cheese is not in the pan yet.
No, cheese will be the last ingredient that we use for this recipe. So can you see my pancetta? It's
bet
kind of brownie.
It smells good. When's Zoom going to invent smell-o-vision?
Hey, Denise, yeah. I think they met this one. You should find somebody. So see, the leeks are cooked down. The peas are already, they were frozen, but they're cooking and so good. So now it's time to cook the gnocchi. Shall I go? Or it's
Yes,
too early?
let's just do a quick little peek into gallery and make sure that
Yeah.
we've got people that are on track. Everybody looks calm and cool and in their kitchen. We got some people still shaping some gnocchi, but watching along. It's so fun to see everybody in their kitchen from all over the world. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And also, Linda and Keith say hello.
Yeah, ciao. These are Kevin's parents.
Ah.
Ciao, love you so much. So I'm turning the heat off on my pancetta, otherwise it burns, okay?
Okay, and then Jennifer is asking, she's only halfway through her dough. Should she wait to start cooking her pasta?
Yes, she should finish to roll the gnocchi, all the cut the ropes, and then so she can cook. She can cook everything together.
All right.
And
all right. Then we did have another question, and we mentioned this at the beginning. But if you do freeze your gnocchi, you can boil it in its frozen state. It might just take a little bit longer to boil because it's colder.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go. So you don't have to cook in batches. You just add everything together because they don't stick into your pot. We just wanna stir them because when you add to the pot, they're heavy and they just sink down. And I just use this. Just move them around. So they cook very quickly. We just need them to float up to the surface. You're gonna see them dancing all together on top of the surface of the pasta water. And then after we transfer them in the pot with the cheese, with the peas and lick. I'm going to check this, guys, and I turn the heat off. So make sure that you don't burn the leeks.
That
Voila.
looks so fresh and healthy. It's nice and green.
Always, always, Denise. Fresh and healthy. These are my 2 words.
We have a question from BC, Canada, from
Yeah.
Signy and Bill. If they cook it all now, are they able to reheat it later?
See, you can. Yeah, of course. But pasta is always best when eat fresh. It's something that you cook and eat in Italy. But yes, you can also reheat it later. Maybe add a little splash of water so it helps to reheat the gnocchi. Okay, can you see the dance? They're dancing in the water. Denise, you do you want to sing the song?
Oh boy. We always, this always makes us think of the Donna Summer song, I'm coming up. So that's I will not quit my day job. I am not a singer, but you can sing along with us.
Say, they're coming up. Na, 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 na. So they're coming up. So they're ready. Are you singing?
We'll leave that to you, Chicca.
Huh?
I always like to because I discovered why they float when they're ready.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I always like to tell why. So yes, this doesn't contain any yeast, so there's nothing happening inside other than the formation of steam, because the inside of the gnocchi has reached 100 degrees Celsius, which is the boiling point of water, and then the steam forms inside and it's trapped because there's this flour that forms a gel around the gnocco. So it traps a little bit of steam and then it floats. It's an indication that the inside of the gnocco has reached 100 degrees and therefore it is cooked.
Yeah, perfecto. I always forget this explanation, but I love it all the time. You say. I need to remember that.
And
so,
Wendy, also thank you. It's Diana Ross who sings that song. So I quoted the wrong singer.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out.
What did you say? Which singer?
I said Donna Summer, and it's Diana Ross.
Ross. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So just taste one gnocchi. So you taste the gnocchi without any sauce, and make sure that you don't taste uncooked flour. Okay, they should be all the way cooked through. But mine are ready, so I transferred them in the pan with the leek and peas. The heat is off. Okay.
The heat is off, and the cheese has not been added yet.
No. 9. Voila. I want to also add a little ladle of pasta water to have a creamier sauce. I think I cut all my gnocchi. Yes. Just a little bit of pasta water. And now we add the cheese. So remember to add the cheese at the very end, because if the pan is too hot, the cheese will curdle. Whereas if we add the cheese now, there is the perfect temperature to make a creamy cheese. Okay, so just on the top, and then I'll mix. So the cheese will melt, but not curdle. You know, sometimes you have all the bits of cheese at the bottom of the pan.
Yeah, that is the problem. Yeah, and we will
problem.
be sending out this replay video within 24 hours. Right after class, we Arno and I get to work on getting that produced for you. So you should have it in your inboxes when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, so now the final touch with the pancetta. I'm adding this pancetta. I will skip the pancetta, but I know likes it. So you can see it's super hard, super crunchy. So it will add a little crunchiness to the gnocchi. And here we go. We are finished.
Yeah, and we do have someone saying that their gnocchi is dissolving in the water.
Really? Oh my God. How is this possible? I don't know. Maybe they should need the dough a little longer. So sometimes, sometimes depends on the flour you're using, That's this could be one of the reasons.
Yeah, and it might be that it's boiling, the water's boiling a little bit too hard, and the instant that they float is when you need to take them out. So they also might be cooking a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And there's
Okay.
another question from Jennifer. What can she use instead of leeks if she doesn't like leeks?
Yeah, onion. You can use you can use onion, garlic. You can make the sauce, any sauce you like. This gnocchi pairs with anything from meat ragu, vegetarian sauces, bell pepper sauce. Sometimes I use eggplants. Whatever is in season is perfect.
And then
then
Scott is
go.
asking, do you drain the fat from the pancetta or do you use it?
No, I drain the fat. Yeah. I'm Italian. I don't know who used the fat. He's French, but I'm Italian. So I drain the fat. Yeah.
And then one more question. When did you add the cheese? When did you add the cheese?
I just scooped the gnocchi from the pasta water, add them to the pan. The heat was off. Add a little ladle of pasta water and then the cheese. And then I mix. So you can see I had like and now I have a creamy sauce. Can you see? You can also see the string of cheeses. So the cheese is not cooked. You just want to melt the cheese. You don't want to cook the cheese. Okay? Can you see the creamy cheese?
Yes.
I think you can see. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And so one of our traditions is to take a quick screenshot with everyone. So if you'd like to participate in that screenshot, I'm going to pop into gallery view, come up to your screen with your finished dish, a handful of gnocchi, and give us a nice, pretty smile. And we're going to take a screenshot. So 1, 2, 3, everybody get ready. 1, 2, 3, smile. Keep smiling. I'm going to take another screenshot. We've got 2 screens with us today. 1, 2, 3. All right. And I'm going to go again. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Promise me. Here, keep smiling. I'm going to go again. We have a lot of people cooking with us today. Smile, smile, smile. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. And yeah, if you've taken any photos today while you've been cooking, we'd love for you to share them with us on social media. And we've got the gallery looking, and so far so good. It looks like people have started to munch a little bit on their gnocchi. And we just hope that you had as much fun as we did in this class today. And look what you made. You made gnocchi by hand. From scratch. And so if you enjoyed today's class, we'd love for you to keep cooking with us. And so I would like to just tell you a little bit about what's coming up in our cooking club. And yeah, so Chicca, what do you want to tell everybody about?
Yes, that if you have enjoyed today, you can join our cooking club. And when you become a member, we have 4 live Saturdays, like today on Zoom, once a month, starting from August through November. And we're just going to cook like today. All the classes, as I said, are on Saturdays, are always interactive, and you can always ask questions, cook along with me, and learn step by step. So these are the recipes that I choose this season. And we have Denise. Yes, yeah. We have new 4 recipes. We have 1 handmade pasta, which are the cannelloni. This season we have 1 handmade pasta, 1 Italian dessert, 2 seasonal recipes from my family traditions, where you learn how to make the most of fresh ingredients in season. All these recipes are tested multiple times from me, Denise, and another club member, And so they're healthy and easy to adapt to vegetarian, vegan, or gluten-free. We try to make cooking easy for you. So these are the recipes. On August 22, we have our first live class, and we're going to make a rustic Tuscan tomato burrata and burrata tart. I'll teach you how to make the crust by hand. And the tart is very simple. We just top the tart at the end with a creamy burrata. Our handmade class, pasta class, it's my favorite. We're going to make cannelloni filled with ricotta, and spinach, and we top everything with bechamel sauce and ragu and tomato sauce. Then we're gonna have two more recipes. We're gonna have the classic minestrone soup. It's very Italian. This is gonna be in October when I hope the weather is gonna be chilled a little bit. And it's something that I cook since when I was a child, so I share my recipe. Every family has its own recipe. And then we're gonna make our dessert. Usually in November, we always share like cookies. It's something that you can also make a little gift since it's a holiday season. And it's a chocolate version of shortbread cookies. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's everything that comes with your membership. You get 4 live interactive classes on Saturdays, as Chicca said before, August through November, and you can become a part of our private members Facebook community and access to our members only library of over 120 cooking videos. The membership price is $129, and that's a homemade meal and a skill that you'll keep forever. And if you can't make a Saturday live, the replay will be in your inbox within 24 hours, so you'll never miss a class.
Yes, and the moment you join, as we said, you unlock your members-only library with more than 120 cooking videos, so you can start cooking today. You don't have to wait for the first class. So we've been building this library with our members since 2020, and we like to say that it's tastier than Netflix. There are 5 tiramisus in it. Yes, not just one. The 4 classic spaghetti, carbonara, cacio e pepe, amatriciana, and puttanesca, homemade ravioli, creamy risotto, and so much more, all with adjustable serving sizes.
Yes, and I want to say that this cooking club has been much more than sharing recipes. It was a way to connect with many people around the world. Many of our members have become real-life friends, and some have come to visit me in Tuscany. This year I had, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 members come in and stay with us. And so when you join, you get the live classes, the recipe library where you can cook every day, and I'll be happy always to respond to your questions. You have the recipe and the video. And also, if you want to come to visit me in Tuscany, I'm here. We are here. Yeah.
Yes, and here's our special Gnocchi Party gift. So if you join the club today, we'll send you a free digital copy of Chicca's cookbook with 30 vegetarian recipes from starters to dessert.
And registration is open now and closes on August 15th before our new season begins. And here's all you need to do is click the link that Paolo's dropping in the chat right now. It takes just 2 minutes. Join today and the cookbook's yours, and access to all of those 120 recipes become yours instantly. Any trouble at all, email us at club@cookingintuscany.cc, and we're here to help you. And Chicca, we did get a few follow-up questions that hopefully they're still on.
Yeah.
If they are, would you recommend adding lemon zest to this recipe?
Yeah. Also herbs. Lemon zest is beautiful. Actually, it's a great idea. I need to add this to the recipe because I did once. Yeah, but if you have any fresh basil, whatever you have in your garden, if you have a garden, it's always good to add herbs and freshness at the end of the recipe. Yeah.
All right. And as I said, if you had any photos, please make sure you share them with us. And Chicca, do you have any final thoughts before we let everybody start eating their meal and getting on with the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, I'm hungry too. So it's dinner time here. So I want to say thank you, everyone. And maybe Arnaud can come close to me so you can meet him. That's Arnaud, and he's the guy behind the camera. And we are very happy to have shared this moment together. And we really hope to cook with you this season from August to November. If you have any questions, just email us. We always respond. And thank you very much.
Yeah, and part of our also tradition is we pop into gallery view. We ask everyone to unmute, and we can all say goodbye at once. Ciao, everybody.
It's delicious.
Bye. Bye.